See that fork in the road?
Yeah.
Take it. Jamie, 850? What do you say, man? Jamie's looking. Grab the 850 and run. Throw me a bone and I'm happy.
Some of these are worth large.
I don't like to hear that. Not till I go out the door. Hey, Sheldon. Yo. Do we have any use for a $5 green bog?
Yeah.
$5, it's a steal.
I'm not sure who's stealing from who on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
Hamilton, eh?
Can't you smell the steel?
Did you get to the cash machine?
You know, as usual, you'll be the bank.
Want me to drive?
No, I don't think so.
I got the map.
All I can say is it's good to be back in Southern Ontario. Haven't been here for a while. Looks like we're gonna do a nice big triangle of picking in this part of the country.
I'd like to call it the Picker's Golden Horseshoe.
As opposed to the Bermuda Triangle. We're hoping that we can get some screaming deals on some stuff we can take out west and make some money on.
We're off to see Gary this morning in Hamilton.
I'm always worried when I'm going to somebody's house that it's going to be a show and tell. This guy, as I understand it, is a bit of a collector, and collectors can be real tough to deal with, but we'll see.
Right there it is with the boxes.
Yeah, look at
eh?
all the boxes in front of there. What the heck's in those boxes? You got any money for the meeting?
Oh, yeah.
I got a dime. Maybe we should put that in just to make sure it's going to be a good pick.
Hey!
Hey!
How's it going?
Wow, you got a lot of stuff here, that's for sure.
Stuff. I buy and sell stuff to make a living. I've been a voracious garage sailor for 30+ years. Saturday morning comes, I'm the guy that arrives first.
Meeting Gary was like a step back in time.
But it's all stuff I love.
Well, I'm just going to take a quick look around. As I was scanning the room, I'm looking for gems because a guy like him's going to have the odd gem.
This is what I've decided to do with my life, become a collector of ephemera. It's not the material that I'm interested in, it's the soul of the material.
I don't think I've ever seen that many Velvet Elvis paintings in one place.
It's taken me about 15 years to collect these half a dozen that I've got here. The Elvis Presley Foundation went after the people that painted these in Mexico and ordered them to stop painting them.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's a bit of overkill, isn't it, to stop a guy in Mexico from making a buck?
Well,
Good luck.
Literally a buck at the time,
yeah.
right?
Well-
Velvet Elvises are the worst of the worst and the best of the best, depending upon where you come from. I've had lots of Velvet Elvises in the past. They used to be really funky and collectible, then they died off. Now they're getting come back again.
Hey, there was one Velvet Elvis that was quite appealing because the guy had a double chin quite like mine.
That was the Fat Elvis period, right?
I could kind of relate to that period.
My Velvet Elvises are not for sale. It's not a matter of the value of them, it's just a matter of that, you know, I love these guys. It'd be like, you know, me leaving a girlfriend.
Oh, love me tender.
Pretty well anything else, my arm can be twisted.
I noticed you've got, looks like a poster in the corner from a movie.
Yeah, that's an old movie that had a dope tie-in.
It was a really interesting poster from probably the early 50s, back when they were trying to outlaw comic books and they were doing the anti-drug propaganda. I love the wording. She looks like an angel, does the work of the devil. It's beautiful. Now, your airplane, you either got the tabletop version
Or the
ashtray
ashtray.
version.
Yeah.
This is a tabletop version. What would you need to get out of your airplane?
I'd probably need to get it somewhere around 500 bucks.
Wow. Where I come from, that's full-bore retail on that. In fact, I sell them for less than that, more retail. The thing is, we can't buy retail. Even if I love it, I can't pay retail for it. Your circus poster, probably 40s, looks to me, 40s, 50s.
I'd say that.
Made to just slap up on a wall and leave it in town when you left.
Exactly.
What would you need out of that if you were going to sell it?
Oh, probably a couple $100 bucks.
Yeah, I see again, you know, that's sort of retail on them.
With the stuff that I love and have a passion for, my prices are going to be a little bit higher.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a love and a passion for just about everything.
What's the purpose in having something in your life if you don't love it?
I see you got some tins back there. Is it
Yeah.
okay if I go back and take a look?
Absolutely.
I spotted 3 tins, and I took the one that I thought was the least expensive first, just to get a sense where he was coming from with his price. The reason why this one is sort of attractive is because of obviously the image on it. I think it's probably American. So what would you want for that? So I thought if I could get that for $5, I'd sell it for 20 and maybe make 15 bucks.
25 bucks?
You know the retail real well. Back it goes. Okay, let's see. Now the radios, is there anything in there? I don't see anything there that's starry. He's got a rack of radios, and you can tell he's got a good eye. You got that little goofy little one that looks like a bit like a robot. What is that?
This one here?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's actually a cigarette holder.
Oh, cool. It had a space-age look to it. When he pulls it out, it's actually even cooler, frankly, than what I thought it was.
You'd put your cigarettes in here,
Yeah.
and your matches in here. You'd have it on your coffee table, so when your guests came over, they would go, oh, there, I'll have a smoke.
What would you need for something like that?
That I'm not going to part with.
Why is it that everything I like you don't want to part with?
He really did love his things, but he's an accumulator.
Guys like Gary are tough because he's paid nothing for the stuff he buys, but that doesn't mean he loves it any less.
It's not that it's got any value to it. I just like it.
Well, so do I.
The design of it.
So I changed my gears, and I said, okay, forget the collectibles. I'm gonna go flip through a few records and see if I can find anything.
Sounds like a plan.
If he's got something that's turned on its side and shoved in a slot, I might have a better chance of getting something off him because there's more of them and they're less visible to him at all times. You got the floor reinforced in this place?
Yeah, I do. There's about 15,000 albums here.
Let's see if I can find some ugly ducklings here. A lot of people are surprised about this, but records are one of the hottest things right now. Ah, there's an ugly duckling, though. And the stuff that sells best is Canadian psych rock, Canadian prog rock, because it's really rare. Hey, Gary,
Yeah.
what do you want for this one?
I work much better when there's a stack rather than on an individual level.
Maybe a little guilt's gonna set in because he hasn't sold us anything yet. And if I put together some records, I can maybe make a deal. The Candy Goody Gumdrops. I have never heard of them. Have you? Obviously you have. You bought it.
Scott all of a sudden gets into a little bit of a zone,
W? It's not original. There it is.
and I know that, you know, leave him alone, go for a coffee, which is actually what I did.
I got your
Okay.
2 sticky fingers and I got a Frank Zappa. We're only in it for the money.
Okay.
Oh, New York Dolls, too. Do you have New York Dolls? Let's see. Yeah, loaded. I'm sort of buying partially for my own collection here.
Check.
And then I came back.
Sold on the
The
internet.
Rolling Stones ones are good mostly because they're Andy Warhol covers.
That's right.
But you're paying, everything is to do with the Andy Warhol zipper cover,
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, Gary, you asked me to put a pile together. I put a pile together. Let me see what you want for that to see if we can do some business.
Okay, let me just do a count here. It looks like you picked out the real cherries here.
Well, of course.
You're just flattering me. Just flattering me to get my money.
So you got 25 albums here.
Yeah.
Some of these are worth large. You know,
I don't
they're-
like to hear that, okay? I
Well,
don't like to hear that. Not
you
till
know,
I go out the door.
For 25 of these records, 400 bucks. So that's basically you're looking at $15 to $20 each.
I was originally thinking a wholesale price for me was between 5 and 10, knowing there's a couple in there that I'm gonna pay more for. So that would have put me at 2 to 250, and I think I'm stretching it for me to make money on it to go to 275.
Okay, well, there were some other things that you said you were interested in?
I wanted to see if there's any way I could sort of get his mind off that price. You told me you had a fan.
Okay,
Where's that?
that's down in the basement.
Grab a couple things to throw in the pile and get the price down. Okay, well, why don't we go look at the fan?
Okay.
You go down, and you're in good hands, Gary.
Okay. And here's the big one. It's made in the United States by a company called Auto.
Okay.
But Electro Home in Kitchener bought Vornado fans and put their logo on it.
So what would you be looking at on that?
$100.
People like big industrial-looking fans.
And here's the mini version of the big one that was downstairs.
So what would you want for the little one?
$50.
They were a paired set, so you could have the big fan and you could have the little fan sitting on a table beside it. I'm thinking, yeah, I was thinking, if you group the records in with the fans, I was thinking $375.
I don't mind being crowned, and you know, that's part of the whole negotiation process. Make it 4 and we got a deal.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay. You got a super deal on that vinyl.
Well, I sure hope so.
I like people that grind with a smile. Most people do business with me, leave here with a smile on their face.
Well, I am, because you know what? There's a few albums that I want for my own collection in there, and I can sell a couple.
Okay. Like, I wish more people in the antique and collectibles business were like Scott.
For me, that was a successful pick. I got a bunch of really good records. I love records. My wife loves records. My friends love records. So for me, it was a good pick. And I think we'll make some money to boot.
I'm happy if Scott's happy.
Gary, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
You're a real collector. It's always a pleasure to meet a real collector.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll see you later.
All right.
You know, we didn't get a whole lot of what you'd call traditional collectibles, but we can make some money off those records. Kicking and screaming, I'll drag you into the 21st century.
Like to see you do that.
What I love about this part of the country is it's been around for so much longer, and it's been so heavily populated compared to Western Canada that there's a ton more stuff here. Oh, look at that. Look, there's a Coke button on the side of that building. I'm gonna stop, see if it's for sale.
You're the ultimate picker, Scott.
For every Coke button you see in Calgary, you'll see 40 here. I drove by and I saw your Coke button on the front of the door, and the person inside gave me your number to give you a call to see if you wanted to sell it. You know, the Coke sign, the big Coke sign. How much? You're not serious. No, I offered more than that. I offered 300, but obviously we're miles apart. Well, thanks for your time, Rick. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
How much?
1,400. Run, don't walk,
Yeah.
right? Well, no, doesn't hurt to try,
harm
right?
done, yeah.
Right?
No harm done. Did you get a good night's sleep? You ready for picking?
Brutal. I was up for 4 hours watching poker on TV. And I figure I know when to hold them and I know when to fold them.
You were all pumped up about Christie.
We got our work cut out for us today.
Christie's just a huge show. Covers just a huge area. There's literally hundreds of vendors, hundreds of booths set up.
When Sheldon and I go to a show like this, one of the things we're looking for is stuff we don't see every day. We have arrived.
Oh, here we
yeah,
go.
Look, there are the tents, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a good day for picking.
It's a great day for picking.
You haven't been this excited to be at a show for years and years.
Gates open, 8 o'clock, and the adrenaline's rushing. And like that picture over there, eh, Scott?
That's hilarious.
One of the first things I noticed was an oil painting.
We literally had walked in the door. It was the first thing we saw. It's actually better as you get closer to it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Thomas Mitchell.
Worked with the group of 7, yeah.
You've got 300 dealers with 600 or 700 tables.
What do you need for it?
And you're saying, am I gonna spend 400 bucks on the first thing I see?
I'm gonna make a call on that one, Scott.
Yeah?
We'll be back.
That's a great picture.
Well, I'm phoning my art dealer, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, it's Sheldon. Can you get right back to me? Give me a call. I need your help. Sooner's better than later, Doug. Serendipity. Let's see if it's there in a few minutes, and keep picking.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? When Sheldon and I go to a show like this, we generally split up. You go your way, I'll go mine. Because he likes different things than I like. What's the price on the Addison?
I need 150 for it.
Wow.
Great piece. Get a price on the chair for me?
25.
Would you take 100?
No, I wouldn't. Thank you.
And we're trying to cover as much ground as we can, as quickly as we can.
I love this. Yeah, I spotted some bellows. They've got that north wind mask carved right into them. But they look good and they're functional. These were as good as it gets for that sort of category of item. Take 250?
Today, yes.
What do you have on the Joe?
I bought all of it for $100, including all the outfits, the rifles.
I think your price is fair, but
Price is fair.
there's nothing I can make off it. That's the
Can I ask you about this? Napkin holder. It kicks out an IQ question, is
Yeah,
it?
put a coin in, a little card to pop out. This one's probably from around, the 40s, 50s,
Yeah.
maybe earlier.
Would you take 75? I got to pick and turn it over.
That's fine.
75 it is.
Yeah.
Nothing cheap there. This guy's stuff will all be a fortune. There's interesting things, but they all seem to be priced way too high for me to be able to buy them and make money on them. So I'm going to keep looking and see if there's that one piece that jumps out at me. Girly stuff.
Is this your chunk of birch bark?
Yes, it is.
What can you tell me about it?
I would say it's probably about 1940s.
Yeah, I love it. Did you say 100 bucks?
Okay, yes, sure.
Sold.
Okay.
Okay, that's where I want to go. Unfortunately, I'd sell that for about a quarter of that price. I just don't know that there's anything to be made off that. I'm seeing 80% of the stuff is the same old stuff. I see it every show, priced too high. That is the ugliest phone I've ever seen. It's not stuff I can make money on. We just can't do it.
$2,200 for the set.
Well, I know sooner or later I'm going to find something, but I have to admit to being a bit discouraged.
I'm still waiting on the call from my buddy that knows art and has all that information at his fingertips. I'm waiting and waiting, and you know what? The heck with the detail. If I'm not getting the information, maybe I'll take a shot on it. My beavers are gone?
You hesitate. A chap came in about 10 minutes after you were here.
Yeah.
And you said, I'll take it.
Unfortunately, I'm still waiting for the call. Gotta go out and find something else killer.
I love that color. I just don't know how the heck I would want to carry that thing.
Beauty. Oh, yeah, King's Plate winner. It's a great image. Early horse racing up to 1905. The King's Plate, which is now the Queen's Plate. What do you think? I mean, that's killer, isn't it?
You don't see them. You just don't see them in the original frame, too.
What do you have on it?
$950.
Are you hung up on that price?
No, I'm negotiable. Absolutely.
Yeah. $950, man. I think I bounced him off before.
I walked away. I was afraid of the bolt of lightning coming down at me.
It's early. I'm gonna hit you with your first good sale of the day. Would you take 5?
Give me 7 and it's gone.
Split the difference at 6 and we got ourselves a deal?
Done. All right.
I mean, I think we could double up on that one. I was a little jealous that you picked that one.
You can be my partner.
Good eye. I'm heading
Yeah.
that way.
I'm behind you.
I could see it from a mile away. There was a circus banner. I've dealt with them before. I wasn't sure if it would be 500 or 5,000, but I knew it was something I wanted to take a look at. Oh,
Yeah, killer.
wow.
Is it right?
Yeah, it's signed down there.
Virtually every rodeo, old-time rodeo, had a trick rider if they could find one. There are a couple ladies actually in action. I just love the image.
Yeah, the image
The
is
image is killer, isn't
the
it?
image is killer.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, that's a great thing for Calgary.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Couple Alberta boys here looking for a bargain. We like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Where'd you get it?
It came out of a restaurant in Montreal, actually, so it's part of the decor there, so
Really?
since the 1960s.
We thought we'd see how aggressive we could be and see if we could buy that. We're here, we're doing some picking.
Yes.
We're buying low, we're selling medium.
Right.
We're gonna turn it over. I don't want to insult you, but I wanted to offer you 500 bucks for it.
I couldn't believe it when you offered him 500 bucks.
Can't do it, so.
Usually when a guy's got prices like that, if you offer him like almost half of what he's got on it,
What's your best offer?
He's not biting.
950 is our best, yeah.
No room to maneuver.
No room to maneuver.
All right. Scott, what do you think?
I got somebody in mind, but I don't think there's
exactly.
enough potential room in it for us to make that a kind of investment.
Well, I share the booth with somebody else, so you can speak to him.
We're looking at this piece here. What can you do for us?
We can't really go down.
Would you take 800 on it?
We love to do it, but we can't.
Well, you don't have to love to. I'll just peel it out, and there you go. It's 8 bills in your pocket. There's some profit in it for you, and maybe a few bucks in it for us, too.
We bought this 2 weeks ago in Montreal. It actually was hung up in a restaurant. It took a lot of money to get it off of them.
So you're saying you're not budging?
We can't really budge on this.
850.
You know,
Jamie, 850? What do you say, man? Jamie's looking. Did you see that smile? Jamie's saying, yeah, let's go. Grab the 850. Grab the 850 and run. Right? Yeah, look at it. He's nodding. And grab the 850 and run. He just said it. Come on, let's get a deal going here. Come on. I know what he's saying. He's saying we're going to walk.
I already walked in my mind a few minutes ago.
Yeah, okay. Crunch time. 850. You guys say yo or no, yay or nay. We're 850. It's a deal. It's not a deal.
How about 900? I got to talk over with Jamie.
Holy
That's the best I can do.
Smokes, man! 850 it is, and that's our last offer. Yay or nay, guys?
I'm sorry.
No harm done.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, we'll walk and see what happens.
Gave her a shot.
Too good a shot, probably, eh?
I got nothing against them, and I hope they come back.
I love that thing, and I still think it was a good deal at $950. But my problem is, I'm mad now.
Can't win them all.
Hey, Scott, you're grabbing a coffee. Can you get me one, too?
Sure. And almost everybody marks their stuff up so they can come down a little bit. I just got mad. Thanks.
Scott bought me a coffee. That rarely happens.
The first guy just made me so mad.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him my money.
I hear you, Scott. And now I know he's really mad because he didn't even ask me to pay him for my coffee.
There's a nice tool cabinet.
Yeah, but what's that? It's a copper viewing casket.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny just to have as a coffee table?
Oh, a coffee table, killer. How about 100 even?
Where did Sheldon go?
How about 110?
Sold. Scott ain't gonna be happy about a folk art Mountie.
I cannot find him.
This isn't Scott's sort of thing, but we now own it. It's gonna guard our purchases.
Put a leash on that guy. I know it's a big show. I know sooner or later I'm gonna find something. Sure enough, so I have great old White Owls counter store display. It's got everything you want. It's got the great graphic. It's big, it's old. It's both a Canadian and American company, so it's got double coverage there.
What would you like to know about?
I'd like to know, what do you have on it?
1,800.
The only problem with it was expensive. And do you have any room in it?
I'd do 1,500.
I'm not seeing a lot of stuff I can buy volume to make money on. I thought I'm gonna buy the best thing or the best 2 or 3 things at this show. Are you open to package deals?
Oh, definitely.
And your Coke button, how much you have on that?
It's $5.95.
So I'm thinking to myself, wow, we can sell that Coke button. Interested in that. Interested in the Coke button.
If you take both pieces, I'll give you the owl for 13 and the Coke dot for 5.
You went from 1,800 on the White Owl to 1,800 for the pair, I think.
Yeah.
Ah. See, what I was thinking, and I don't want you to be mad at me, I was thinking 1,500 would make me happy. Because then I figure I'm paying 1,000 for that and 500 for that.
You really are a picker.
I am, all right?
Let's take a break and just talk about it for a minute. And we'll see if there's something else that we can maybe add to the sweeten the pot.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything you see here that you...
Well, there's a couple things around the corner here.
I'm just looking, though, for the pieces that are quick to flip. Like, I think that sign's saleable.
Yeah.
Take a quick peek at that creel. It's a big one. You don't see the big ones that often.
Oh, yeah, it's got a little age, eh?
This white owl piece is cool, too.
Oh, yeah. That's the clincher, Scott. Then we threw in the white owl poster, and that'll perhaps help sell the white owl itself. So that could only help.
What we're thinking here is the white owl, and this is obviously a natural to go with it.
Absolutely.
The Coke button, of course, we talked about, and the telephone sign. And we're trying to get ourselves to a number that you can live with on all of that. I was thinking 15, you were thinking 18. We're thinking $2 grand for the 4 pieces.
You're gonna have to go back to school now. Nice try, but that ain't gonna work.
So what can you do?
I'll do you 2 on this guy, which brings us up to 2,000, and I'll do you another 200 on the bell sign. It's 2,200.
I was going to say 21. How about we do it?
No, 2,200 is a really, really fair price.
I brought a certain amount of money to spend, and it was either going to be a little bit on a lot of items or a lot on a little items. Okay, one last shot.
22.
2,300, and you throw the creel in.
Done.
All right.
I mean, it was a great buy for us, and he showed he can play the game. He knows what he's doing.
Good,
Thank you very much, guys.
Good to do business with.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
The value of $2,000 is apparent to him. That was funny.
I'll go home and lick my wounds.
Oh, yeah. it wasn't apparent to some other people. Maybe we can use this as a negotiating tool. I surprised myself on that Trick Rider sign because I was so mad when I walked away, I didn't think that for any amount of money would I buy that sign. Will you take 10 bucks for this?
What do I have on it? 14, absolutely.
He promises to put it to good use.
But then Sheldon and I started talking about it and thinking, you know what? We can still maybe double up on that thing and back in Calgary.
It's a killer image.
That's the problem. And I hate going back and eating crow. So I guess the profit got the better of me. I've come to negotiate. I've come to negotiate.
So we're still interested in trick riding here.
Yeah, it's nice.
Did you guys have a chance to talk?
$950.
Well, hold it.
$950.
Weren't you at 900? But you had to
you were at
talk?
900, but you were going to
Yeah,
talk.
we're going to talk at 900. Didn't work.
It was just as painful the second time as it was the first time.
But hey, it's business. If we can't negotiate on price, would you throw in that little deco ash stand just to sweeten the pot? We'll say
A 950
Yeah.
with the deco? Yes. Okay, no problem.
All right.
At least you got him to throw in that ashtray.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let's tear it out. Let's just get it rolled up before he changes his mind and he wants 1,000 for it.
Congratulations, man. I think we'll make some money for sure on the carnival sign.
You're a hard man, but it's good stuff.
And an extra few $100 on the ashtray. How much is that doggy in the window?
He's 200 and he doesn't bite.
Just because it was so much fun the first time, would you take 100?
Oh, no. Well, that was a hard negotiation, don't you think?
You got that right.
Although you did get this out of them, which was better than nothing, right?
Better than a kick in the pants.
Yeah.
I guess.
I spotted the water skier motion lamp from about 200 feet away. I got to talk to you about your motion lamp. It looks to me, it works, I presume.
It worked beautiful. I wish I'd brought a generator.
That's a killer lamp, and it's the best condition one I've ever seen.
The broken one sold last week on eBay for $350. The perfect one sold 3 years ago on eBay for $3,500. So the price of that lamp is somewhere above $350, and could still be north of $3,500.
And I went, because it had a little sign on it saying, "Make me an offer." And I thought, well, I can't make an offer even remotely close. I could see paying $400 or $500 for it, but even then I'm stretching. I never dreamed I would ever offer somebody $500 for a motion lamp, but I'm offering it to you now.
Well, I never thought I'd get married, and I've done it twice.
Yeah.
Things change.
But it is the nicest one I've ever seen, and I would like to own that.
Well, we're close. The 500 would be fine.
We have a deal, sir.
Deal.
It was a great buy, because that is flat out perfect.
There's a killer bench right there. Scandinavian pine, original paint. Love it.
I love it too, but it's big.
What do you say?
Yeah, I could get buried in that, don't you think?
550? Does that work? Sold.
Okay. I don't like lifting heavy things, but Sheldon apparently doesn't care about lifting heavy things and transporting them all the way back to Calgary.
Andy, you grunt a lot when you move furniture.
Yeah,
I had no idea. Look at my little pinhead Mountie.
He's ridiculous.
Isn't he good?
Why did you buy him?
Ooh. All right. Hey. See, you don't have to join a health club.
If we don't double on this, you are paying for dinner for the rest of the year.
I really had a good day today. I mean, we made some great buys. Actually packing it up, I'm thinking, wow, we did really well today. We'll make some money. The life of a picker, eh?
I was so happy to have that White Owl sign because I've done a lot of White Owl tins over the years, but I've never seen a store display. I love that stuff. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be, this White Owl thing. If I throw him, does it make any difference? I'm only ashamed of one thing we bought.
When we triple up on him,
That Mountie is the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
let's go, man. We were wheeling, we were dealing. I had a great day today. This is what I live for. That was some good picking.
That was that was finger picking good. So Sheldon, where are we going?
See that fork in the road?
Yeah, take it.
Scott and I are heading over to see Steve DeRoche, local dealer, and he's going to give us some appraisals on some of the things we picked up at the Christie show.
I'm an antique dealer. I've been in this business probably better than 20 years.
If we made a mistake on a piece, we're gonna unload it, get our money out of it, not gonna ship it all the way back to Calgary. Steve, Scott Cousin, Steve DeRoche.
Hi, Steve. Sheldon Smithens.
Hi, Sheldon.
This is a little bit off the beaten track. Scott and I are saying it's really a one of a kind.
Yeah,
950. Yeah.
With the deco. Okay, no problem.
Let's get a little confirmation that we've got something good here.
Oh, this is in really nice condition. Great subject matter, Annie-Oakley type stuff. They're called tent banners. They actually used to put them right out on a wagon, going from town to town, and you're probably in the $1,200 to $1,500 range.
We're taking it to rodeo country.
Yeah,
so
well, you're taking it to the right place.
yeah, real easy, quick flip.
It's not all about money, but that was too good an item to leave. It was just too good for where we come from and for the people we know that love that stuff. You see, I got my motion lamp fired up for you, so...
Yeah, these were made by Econolite. They started quite earlier than this lamp. They started in the 20s, but this one's up in the late 50s.
I had a bit of butterflies because I was half expecting them to say that we overpaid for it. I never dreamed I would ever offer somebody $500 for a motion lamp.
500 would be fine.
Absolutely pristine. You got the Holy Grail there. This lamp is between $3,500 and $4,500.
Wow. When those numbers came out of his mouth, I just was shocked, absolutely shocked.
On a good day, you might do a little better than that.
Wow.
Hey,
The water skier is the water skier.
You got a buyer
is,
for it? When he told us what it was worth, I realized I'm not keeping that. It's gonna be sold.
thank you.
Thanks, Joe. You have a good day, guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
There's another pick to be had. Beautiful country. Well, let's go. We're on our way to Roger's place. We're going to see a 150-year-old barn with unbelievable stuff. Here on the right, yeah.
Oh, for sale.
Hello.
There you are.
Hey, you'd be Roger.
Hi.
Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Roger. Scott.
Nice to
How
meet
are
you,
you?
Sheldon.
What's the story here? You got an old barn and you want to get rid of some stuff.
Old barn, drive shed, workshop. We've got a lot of old junk around. Some was here when we bought 25 years ago from the old homestead, the original farmers. But it's good stuff. You guys will like it.
Good junk. That's exactly what we like.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'll lead the way. Just follow me. Everything's for sale at rock bottom prices.
Yeah, Roger's what I'd call a gentleman farmer. He's a pretty sophisticated guy. He knows what he's doing.
That's to tell you if it's windy or not.
Yeah.
Just in case you hadn't noticed.
He's a little bit rambunctious, I would say.
Take a close look. I don't want you missing anything.
And I think that there's going to be a little bit of fireworks during the course of the day. That's my guess.
Help yourself.
We want anything we can buy cheap and make money on. I walked into the first room and I just took a look around.
Wow.
And then I saw Sheldon start climbing.
Kind of curious to find out, is there some quality or just straight quantity? So I dove right, well, I want to say in, but I sort of dove up. It was a pretty good vantage point from up there.
Is this the mortar or the pestle? People love those things. They're a great display item. Man, this thing is heavy.
That's what Elvis uses to grind up their herbs and spices.
So 10?
Oh, okay, so...
Done. That was an icebreaker, that mortar bowl. All right, I think it's showtime here. It's really essential that game on happens. If it happens easy and early, then at least we're all on the same page. Hey, Roger, there's a little sleigh under there.
It's solid, it works.
Just take $10 for that.
Come on, you gotta do a little bit better on that one.
11.
Did you say 15?
Well, we'll just get the ball rolling.
Okay.
15 it is.
Okay.
I found something that I would normally never buy, but I like the color of it. The meat grinder, right?
That's a good one, yeah.
I would normally just kick a meat grinder over. I wouldn't buy one for $1. But there are some people that are decorating their country kitchens, and it's red, and they want the red color.
We're gonna grind you right now, because we don't normally buy meat grinders.
We made a lot of pork sausage with that.
So what you're telling me is it's paid for itself over and over again, so you'll let it go cheap?
Well, no.
Well, I'll give you $10 for this just because it's red. If it was any other color, I don't want it.
Okay, sold. There's a whole basket of grinders there, too.
And I left them because they're not red.
I like the process more than I do the money. There's a lot of good junk there in those boxes and cans there.
Apparently you're walking by the good junk, Scott.
See, there's another red thing.
That's for the garden, too.
The corn seeder, it's something you don't see a lot of.
The seeds fall down from the bin, goes right down the tunnel, and it drops in one at a time. You just walk along.
Somebody will stick that in the corner of their cabin, and it'll look great there. And I'm going to offer you the $5 on this because it's got pieces missing. Look, it's missing the back.
It's missing the strap. Are you trying to make $1 million or what?
Well, no, but I'm trying to make at least 5 or 10 on it.
But that's red.
Yeah, it's red too, yeah. So what do you want for it then?
$10.
$10.
I tell you what, Roger, that Teresa's a lucky woman. She's got humor constantly,
Could you
doesn't
say
she?
that a little louder, please?
Scott, did you check out the guitar?
Yeah, take it. That's an antique.
Oh, yeah, there's a guitar. Look at that. It's an old Quebec guitar. Norman, unfortunately, the back of it's pulled right off.
That's well worth the $5 you're going to spend on it.
For $5, you get a deal.
Okay, that's good, because when you see the other one,
So that's not just the case for this one?
No, the other one is the valuable one, and it's worth a heck of a lot more than $5.
So 10? I'm always hoping for an old Martin or an old Gibson, an old Epiphone, but pull out this old, weird Stewart, I think it was.
But it looks nice, doesn't it?
And they made a bunch of those for the department stores in the 30s, 40s, and early 50s. There are some guys like Jack White from the White Stripes. He plays old guitars like this.
Excellent, and well worth the $15.
Okay. You get a deal.
Okay.
That made my pick so far. Let's go down and check out the shop.
All right.
So here we go.
Whole new ball game. I immediately spotted a photo on the wall. Hey, that's interesting. I think Scott was trying to nudge me out of the way.
Well, I think we both reached for it at the same time because as soon as you can't miss that when you see it there, right?
Yeah. I just happened to have the edge on him this time because I'm a little older and a little wiser.
I think it was more that I thought I was going to get my hand bitten off if I reached for it.
That's an old photograph. Those Indians were heading to the reservation after they were forced to go there.
Roger had a pretty good idea that he had something good there.
This is one of the more valuable prints right here. And it's not a $50 picture.
Yeah, that's a great little photo.
It's got everything in there. It's got bows and arrows, a few muskets. You see the horses at the back, the teepees, the cooking pots.
On this, you have a price in mind. It's
$200.
I'd say 100.
150, not a penny less.
You know, Sheldon, I know it's good. I just don't know how good it is.
It's very good.
Well, tell you what, I didn't want to leave without it, because it could be the key to our day. Why don't I bend over backwards this time, because we'll get you back on something else. 150 it is.
Could be a famous image, it could be just one-off image. We don't
Yeah.
know that. Why don't we just put that back up there for safekeeping?
That's a gamble. I don't mind taking it all.
I'm guessing that's the barn.
That's it.
I keep looking at that barn and those wide planks.
That's for sale, too. We think it's built in the 1860s, and they even have the old hex signs to keep the devils out of the barn.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Just the sort of structure you don't see in our part of the world. Wow, look at the timbers.
Is this thing safe to walk on?
Yeah, I go up there all the time.
Want to feel how heavy this is and tell me if you want to move this across the country before we ask Roger about it?
I guess it depends on whether he's got a price per pound or not.
No, it's not by pound, 20 bucks.
Sold.
Okay, load it up.
Do I have a say in this?
Absolutely. I've got a spot for you to sleep for the rest of the pick.
Yeah, thanks for that.
The setting is great. I love the barn. And Roger is also colorful.
Well, this one's promising. It says junk.
It says Mum's Junk.
Is Mum's junk? Can I look at it?
Sure. $5 for the box.
This one's Cheese Ball 70s with the Cheese Ball 70s coffee
Okay,
pot
$1
design.
for the box. My last offer right now.
Roger.
Just give us a second to make sure.
Isn't Teresa going to give you a rough time?
She's not here.
Getting a kick out of him. We're having some fun, and that's why Scott and I are pickers, is we're here for the fun of it.
You'll be losing sleep tonight if you don't take it.
And to make a buck along the way.
I'll be losing sleep if I do.
How about this? Watch this.
He thought that cash register was the holy grail. That's an oldie. There's no question about it.
You know they wholesale for $200 to $400.
And I always have a laugh with guys like him because he's pointing to stuff that I couldn't care less about.
You're getting to the good stuff now. 1894.
Old don't always mean gold.
And we're looking at stuff that, what is that? That he's going, oh, why would they want that? Perfect.
It's an old solid oak butcher table.
How big is it?
7 or 8 feet, 3/4 inch. How about old doors?
He obviously had no interest in that table whatsoever. That would make a great kitchen table in a big country home, wouldn't it, Sheldon?
Yeah.
Make me an
Question
offer.
is-
I'm feeling weak.
We got to stand it up and make sure that it's actually gonna stay together. Man, it's heavy.
It'll hold 300 pounds, 400 pounds.
It had honest wear. It had green alligatored finish on it.
Oh, yeah, that'll work, eh?
$50.
He just wanted that thing gone.
Done. Sold. That one's a moneymaker.
Man, that's a heavy pig. No pun intended.
That was an interesting pick until we got to the load up, and that's when I got a workout.
That was a lot of heavy lifting. Now that's an Ontario guitar case, Sheldon.
Are you gonna take this picture up front with you?
Yeah, please.
Those pants are great, too. Those pants are perfect for picking.
What do you want for them?
I'll sell them for $15.
Do you have anything in a 35?
No, you gotta lose a couple pounds.
So far, I'm going at a rate of about 2 pounds a pick.
Well, that was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a load.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
If we can ever figure out a way, we're coming back for this barn.
Perfect.
You know where I live.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks,
Good luck,
bye-bye. He was funny.
He was.
Roger's humor is going to stick with me for a while, and hopefully his merchandise doesn't. I'm going to remember Southern Ontario most for the people we met.
I'm tired, though. That was a lot of heavy lifting.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed I got the heavy end of everything today, too.
I noticed that, too.
I think I'm going to have like maybe a couple barley sandwiches to get rid of that pain I got in my back right now.